Right, so
that said,
we've got the map and FaZe.
yes.
So we're going to find out where we're going to be playing. And Villa Consulate, auto ban because they were played in the last play days. So yeah, I didn't actually get to go over this, but MIBR have had a really bad season. 1 win, 4 draws, and 6 losses. Let's see where we're going to be going. So we've got Kafe and what are we missing? Consulate, no.
Border.
Border, thank you.
You always forget Border. Like,
yeah, well, you know, it gets pushed into the back these days.
happy with that.
It's going to be banned.
Kafe Dostoevsky. All right, FaZe are actually really good in Kafe. So the fact that they banned Border, obviously they had the final pick here, FaZe. So they took out Border. They went for Kafe Dostoevsky. They might show something on it here, but they're pretty good on Kafe Dostoevsky. What do you guys think? Give it to me. Oh, and I agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Well done, chatter. You deserve it.
I mean, what can we say? MIBR have had a really bad season. FaZe are FaZe, and they've had a good season. They haven't been playing their best. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know. The recent results were a win, a loss, a win. So they're, you know, decent. They lost to Team 1, if you're wondering who. It was a 7-4. Team 1 have been playing really well, though, as of late. So that is worth keeping in mind.
Yeah, I mean, they lost 2 games, one versus Liquid and Team 1, which is huge. You mentioned their loss against Team 1. That's how Team 1 have the advantage over FaZe Clan. That's a really big deal in the next 2 play days.
It will be.
But FaZe have also been able to win 2 other games. So 2 losses, 2 wins. It's all right.
This match is going to define much of how the rest of the season will play out for all of Latin America, for every single team that wants to qualify for LAN. Basically, FaZe's performance here is going to set the bar. It is going to tell Liquid and Team 1 how much ground can be recovered and how likely their chances of going to LAN are. It is also going to tell Ninjas and Pajamas how much they have to worry about their spot at LAN. So FaZe is the one that everyone is watching in this match. Right out the gate, MIBR are going to get rid of the Thatcher, which is a pretty standard ban for Latin America. Now, overall, on this map, he is also the most banned operator. Would you look at that? Thatcher is the #1 most banned operator on attack for Kafe. Maverick doesn't get banned a whole lot here. He's got a 5.26% ban rate, but he'll be gotten rid of. Mira and Echo, the likely bans here, starting with Echo. Likely going to be a Mira as the last ban as well, but we've been surprised a lot today, so we'll just see how that one plays out. Echo has an 18.42% ban rate. Mira, a 44.74% ban rate. So you can guess that Mira is going to be taken out right now by MIBR.
And those numbers are specific to Kafe Dostoevsky.
Yes, on this map.
So that's for everybody listening right now. We can't show you these. We can't bring them out, but we're telling you these are the numbers.
Just again, just for the map specifically, and I believe across all regions, it took them a long time to come to the obvious conclusion, but MIBR did it. They picked Mira.
Yeah, and one thing, hey man, if you're listening in and you're keeping track of all the numbers we're saying, maybe that's free karma that you can get on the subreddit.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like posted in print anywhere, but
they can listen to your wise words, my dear.
Oh, dude, I'm just reading off stats.
Yeah.
Bar Cocktail Lounge here for MIBR, and okay. We'll see the standard site come out and see what they can do with it. I mean, well, I say see. Now, take that with a pinch of salt. A big pinch of salt all over your eyes.
This is like internet back in 2008. Man, I uploaded my video with 240p.
I think that's Capital. Is that Capital?
Is it? It looks like Nook. I can't see from here.
They 6-picked it
like
Capital,
something
man.
coming up. It's like.
So we're gonna. I think this is Kafe.
Yeah.
Looking at a top floor defense.
Oh, hey, it is Kafe.
We got our glasses on. Let's go.
This is actually what it feels like.
Yeah. Suddenly you can see.
Yes. The gift of sight, isn't it beautiful? So this was just our way of kind of having you appreciate the gift of sight.
Yeah, that we were just trying to reinforce that one with
something
you guys.
You can use as an optometrist.
I actually really need glasses still.
And you've been needing glasses for like a year and a half.
My coworker is actually like an optometrist, and I need glasses.
He's literally sitting next to an optometrist. And you know, BK also needs glasses. Maybe I should take both of you downtown.
So you actually like you graduated, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
I graduated.
You're like an actual optometrist now.
Fully grown optometrist.
Look at that. So yeah.
And look at me, I'm here.
So he could get me glasses, but I guess we've never done that.
Yeah. Hey man, if you got
you gotta do it sometime.
Got some time this weekend or something?
Well, you were gonna do shopping.
Shopping,
right?
yeah. We're gonna shop for some cool stuff for Japan and beyond. That's it.
So in this match,
shop it for points or FaZe.
Yeah, they really need them. And again, it's not just about the 3 points, but well, I mean, it is very much about the 3 points. But it's also about how FaZe acquire it. If FaZe struggle against MIBR, then it will set the tone for the remaining matches in this season. A lot depends on how on point FaZe are, because we've seen them be hit and miss lately, to be honest. They've taken a lot of the low-hanging fruit wins, but they struggled against Team 1. They lost against Team 1. And yeah, run out here, and it'll be successful for Navi's. Okay.
Okay. Finds a big pick here on Astro, the Zofia specifically.
That was called out, and it still was successful. I'm surprised that Astro wasn't able to react there. But yeah, no. A lot depends on how FaZe plays here, for sure.
Ion's going to put himself in Cigar and just setting up his air jab in case somebody walks in from the hallway. Now, FaZe Clan have the advantage of also running the Thermite. They're going to opt for the Habana in this round, and we'll see. Maybe they can actually move on in. They still need one rotation hole, so you need to use 2 of your X-Kairos to have a rotation hole from top of red stairs into piano, and then 1 of your X-Kairos that you can use on the wall, either fridge or bathroom, depending where your opponents are really set up and cornering. In this case, it might be better to go for the bathroom, but because you've lost one of your ops, you don't have as much flexibility as you would like, and Cyber might just be left to his own devices and do whatever he wants on these white stairs.
So far, it's been pretty good for MIBR in that, yeah, they can pretty much do whatever they want. They're not really being cordoned or locked down by FaZe. Not very much, anyway. I mean, there's a Sledge downstairs trying to do some roam clear, but he's pretty much solo. And he's over by the pillars. You can see him on the other side of that wall from Navi's. Oh, position known. What a flick from Navi's. He saw the hole. He reacted as appropriate. And Navi's now has the 2 kills in this round, and actually the only ones in this match. Speaking of 2, there's only 20 seconds left in the round overall, and there's going to be a rush from FaZe, but Bullet shuts down Yuna with the C4. Mav up close on these enemies. He's got a good angle, and he'll get a good shot on Jaeger, but he won't land enough, and it'll be a lockout from MIBR. The only kill for FaZe coming out from Ion.
And MIBR just left uncontested on the bottom floor for so long. It was all off of Navi's picks.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Them.
He had a really good round.
Yep. No question about it. And it's with the AG 3, something that you don't always see used by clouds around the world. But hey, it just gives you more flexibility to just... And I know I use the word flexibility quite a bit, but it really matters here. You can acquire many targets. The damage is still pretty good on it. And you have more flexibility when it comes to missing shots. Not the case when you're running the TCSG. You can fire very quickly, but with the recoil, if you're ADS, it can just go everywhere, and suddenly, oh, I fired 10 rounds and none of them hit the guy that I was trying to shoot at. So, hey man, it happens. But MIBR secured the round very well, and because they had control of that bottom floor around pillars for so long, they could play the Nitro Cell game very well.
And they did. They got those Nitro kills from below. MIBR having a good first round there, and FaZe looked a little bit lost, to be honest, which is worrisome if you're FaZe, because again, oh, I feel like Gaston, I gotta tell you, man.
Go ahead.
I'm starting to get that vibe, like this is gonna be a terrible upset, one way or another, and LATAM is gonna be indecisive up until like the last play day.
Actually,
like I'm starting to get the vibe that there's not going to be a determined like 100%. Yeah, this team's for sure going to make it. None of that.
Is this going to be like EU?
Wait, it's already like EU.
It's might be the last EU play day.
It might be even less decisive than EU. Is what I'm saying. Well, the last European play day was crazier than this for sure. I would say, but like this could be a big upset. Yeah.
Definitely so. MIBR, as you said, have been having an abysmal season. And imagine if
They start stepping up now.
against FaZe Clan.
Well, they did draw Nip, and they almost drew Liquid. So MIBR could actually really make FaZe struggle here, which would be so juicy for the standings. Oh, I love it. I love it when there's this, like, you just don't know, and anything can happen. So...
It's a big heartbreak for a lot of fans out there.
Oh yeah, FaZe fans and yeah. But it's still early days. We're only one round into it. Keep that in mind. But MIBR certainly recently have been playing better than their overall record would suggest. So they've got a high likelihood for an upset here. FaZe are going to have to be on point.
Cyber will fire off and the drone will stay. Even at the top of White Stairs, so many bullet holes have been preset by MIBR to fight against entrances. To dining.
Yep. This defense has been set up pretty well in terms of delay, but I want to say the defense has been delaying well, but what I mean is the attack has been attacking very slowly because they actually haven't had any contact yet. Not really. FaZe pushed the roamers down, but they weren't actively pushing the roamers down. The roamers just fell back because they felt like they'd wasted enough time. There's still roamers by the main lobby, but on the White Stairs is what I'm talking about.
So, all the tracks are being deployed here by Ion.
Navi's actually put a barricade back on the bakery door. That's hilarious that he got away with that.
Okay.
No one there to punish him, I guess. It's a totally upstairs take for FaZe right now. M-King very exposed because that hole had just been opened up, but there's nobody actually holding the hole. That's really hilarious, actually. And M-King will get away with it. Yeah, there should have been somebody holding that as soon as the hole was opened up. But I guess they didn't know anyone was on the red stairs, and that's a mistake there from FaZe.
Cameraman watching, and he's got more holes that he can do, and you see the breaching hammer has definitely been used up in this round. Of course, that's the downside of not bringing the buck and just opening up more holes very quickly, but Nav's going to find Novi's regardless. So, leaves M-King low on HP. Astro looking the wrong way, but Yuna finds it. Takes down Cyber.
Uh-oh, Astro's disconnected. No, he's back.
He's back.
Wow.
Astro's in. It actually did happen. A 4v1 now with M-King all on his own here. Waiting at the coat check. And I think he's going to have to leave or take much more than just a coat out of this room. Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, nice take there from FaZe. They managed to use that top 2 floor clear to their advantage. They used the vertical control. I love the angles that FaZe were bringing out there. They managed to open up above the site, and the long angles, especially from the sledge, into the site were actually some of that stuff we had not seen before. A lot of them pretty typical, but you got to give props to FaZe for showing us some pretty ingenious things in terms of vertical control. It was a slow take, yes, but it worked out in FaZe's favor. Big plays there from Yuna, narrowly avoiding Astro disconnecting. He was doing a bit of a moonwalk. Now, usually what that means is you've lost connection to the server, but he got the connection back. So just a little bit of sweat off the brow that we don't have to have a rehost. It'll be a kitchen defense again for MIBR.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So now, MIBR go back to the same site in kitchen. It was actually very crazy that the Valkyrie was able to just go up and put up a barricade again on the...
I mean, it was just because there's nobody there from FaZe. They were doing
like
totally...
just in case as a flank.
They were doing a fully top-down take. They used vertical to their advantage. They got anchor picks. I mean, that's what makes Kitchen so vulnerable, is that top 4 hold. And MIBR basically going into this round, they're going to have to think about that. The outcome of this round is going to much depend on how MIBR decide to counter the vertical take. The top 2 floors are very vulnerable. MIBR did not hold them for more than a minute and a half. So yeah, what's FaZe going to do? What's MIBR going to do? FaZe is likely to do the same exact take. If they do commit to the same exact take, how will MIBR counter it? If they don't try to pull out any counters, if they run the same kind of round that they ran in the last one, then they will likely be defeated. They have brought a Vigil this time. I don't recall them bringing a Vigil in the past, so that is going to probably suggest a roam upstairs.
So Bullet again on the Vigil. Is watching by the pillars.
So they did bring him last time?
They brought him on the first round, I think.
Okay, I don't know about the second one.
No, not on the second one.
If you're sure, okay.
But he was on the first one, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I remember his K1A loadout because he's got the mouse skin and he's got his charm. Very distinct.
contrasts very well, I have to say.
It does. It does look good together.
Well, Novi is going for a pick, and no, he's...
I think he just threw a Valkyrie cam outside as he was actually the one opening this, and he's just going to keep putting it back up because he can.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean,
Cameraman.
it's good information to have on that barricade. Ooh. Astro gets the first kill. M King dodging the nades. MIBR down a man early, but at least they keep M King in play. Oh, that's another one for Astro. That's 2 in the round.
Huge for Astro here to come in and deny reading, and White is completely held off, but Hugzord gets Ion regardless and then falls back to play by the Christmas tree. Novi's hearing the sledge opening things up here is going to go in and contest, but the Valk loses it. Novi's is on the floor and is going to get finished off by Cameraman with the SMG-11. Watching the hatches right now, and FaZe Clan know that there's somebody holding on to White. Unfortunately, is going to get shot in the face. Astro takes down Hugzord, and the tracks were definitely not helping MIBR's case there at all. M-King is last alive. He's going to watch the long bar. Not going to find anyone. Turns around to red stairs, and it's kind of clear, but it's because FaZe Clan are preparing to enter and dive into the site, get that blank down.
So MIBR didn't really bring out any actual hard counters to the way that FaZe have been taking on that middle, on those top 2 floors, and that's why MIBR have lost this round. Unless M King shows us something amazing, I don't see it as likely. But hey, let's give him a chance. He's going to be pushing back into the site and simultaneously trying to hold the red hallway. He'll get one, but not another. Astro with a 4K. FaZe will take their second attack onto Kitchen. So good job to Astro. Big individual performance from him. But the main story is that FaZe can clear the top 2 floors with little to no contention from MIBR and absolutely no counterplay coming from MIBR, which means that MIBR cannot defend Kitchen. They have proven themselves incapable of holding that site. They are going to need to go back to the drawing board and rethink how they hold it if they want to try it again. In all likelihood, they will not. They will probably go to bar and on this next round, and then maybe win it. If they do win it, they won't be able to go there again for the rest of the first half, and then they will probably try reading as their next site. I don't imagine they're going to try Kitchen again, at least not based on the current record we have there. FaZe have looked dominant on the Kitchen site, and MIBR have no real counters being brought.
I agree. And the bar was so successful, though, for MIBR that we'll go back to it. We've yet to see reading and dining, so I'd assume that that'll be the next site that MIBR go to should they win this one. They'll be locked out of the bar, of course. And we'll go for the setup. A lot of soft walls, at least when it comes to B side itself, along the bar and looking into piano. And Cyber's going to reinforce in the bathroom. Hugzord also putting up 1 and probably 2 reinforcement here from the freezer into piano. There you go. So just barricading the entire front wall into piano. They have the cotton for it. They have the mute. So everything combos very well for MIBR. That's something that they can rely on. And of course, they're the ones that banned the Thatcher. So everything is going to plan when it comes to the setup. Just will it work again? Because they're kind of on repeat of what they had before. There was a Mozzie in play by MIBR earlier on. So the question now is how well they'll do without it, with that smoke and mute combination. Cyber walking all the way down the red stairs, checking the bakery, checking by the long bar. Nobody downstairs so far. Bullet holding on to the freezer. Novi is actually right outside of the steam engine. So he's just going to sit there close to the pillars and wait because they want to play the Nitro Assault game.
FaZe have inserted into the building, and they've got control of the top of red stairs. Now with this control, they're of course going to use that as a platform to attack onto the rest of the site, but they've been slow on these attacks before, and what's to happen because FaZe are slow on this attack is they get punished. MIBR play the long angles, and they get the kills on angles like this, for example, that M King is playing. Cyber also is still on a roam on the basement, and it looks like there's a lot of factors in play here for MIBR in terms of their favor. And there's go. Ooh, that's actually that really should have been a kill there for Cyber, but he misses the shot on Cameraman.
So close. But Cameraman at least takes some damage. He's down to around 60 HP. something MIBR can look through, especially since they did not lose the Jaeger in the engagement. So Cyber, not too happy, but at least he gets to scurry away. Drone should be lost there for FaZe. No, it's still downstairs. Okay. So nobody getting too aggressive to catch these off, but they're going to be great to catch rotations, especially when you're planning on exactly what the Zofia is doing right now, watching the windows into Piano. Crossbow bolt will come in from the Capital, as you saw. The smoke was eliminated for MIBR, and FaZe Clan are really taking their time with this assault. But this is the usual play. Just make sure that you keep MIBR on their toes the entire round. Damage done in the back as Cameraman should get dropped. There you go, but it's a refract from Ion onto Novi's.
So FaZe, with only 25 seconds, are going to start their rush. Bullet takes down Astro, and that's a good kill. The cover, though, from Ion is great. Evil Eye, though, will down one, and there goes Cyber onto Yuna, leaving just Mav, and he'll have to get a triple kill in 13 seconds. Doesn't seem very likely, but he's going to do his best. He gets one. Goes for the second. Knows once in back bar storage, but he can't get the other in Piano, and that's going to be the final 2 kills for both MIBR. Another successful round on the top floor. And where MIBR cannot cannot defend the kitchen, FaZe cannot attack the top floor. So there's a kind of a stalemate overall through this match. We'll have to see what's going to happen as MIBR go to reading room, which is definitely the sensible play because they can't defend that kitchen site. FaZe need to rethink how they attack the top floor. I'm guessing maybe throw in some east repels, something, to try and distract the cocktail hold. Maybe a south repel to get a pick on a transition or something like that. Or maybe they can come in from somewhere else entirely. They've got options, but the attack strategy from FaZe is just not working out on the top floor. Luckily for them, they won't have to go to that site ever again, so.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Yeah, they win par once, and then, well, the second time. So MIB are working well, as you say. They won't be able to run it anymore. So it should be kitchen after this site, normally. There's reading. And the Dokkaebi is going to be brought out. Okay, I like this from FaZe. They can play the Lion, but they're going to focus on this up. Having the extra grenades to combo with Yuna on the sledge, great. And for the calls, make sure that those early game roams are not going to affect you at all, especially since you're holding on to reading. You're going to make sure as a defense to still hold on to the bar. And because MIBR's bar defense has been so successful in terms of just pure theorycraft, they should have a pretty good time locking this down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that MIBR's top hold is going to be what really contributes to it the most. Like, because FaZe haven't been really good at taking the top floor, and if MIBR read into that and they're like, hey, yo, we can just stay up here, FaZe will struggle. But it looks like FaZe are actually going to be attacking from somewhere else entirely. So that is a different factor to keep in mind. Looks like they're trying to push their way into pillars. They might be able to get some free kills off of that if they time it correctly. But that's all on FaZe. And MIBR leaving themselves exposed. Dokkaebi gives out the phone call, but doesn't check inside of Engine. And Navi's gets a free kill onto Cameraman. Lots of kills coming over by the white staircase, but FaZe are there to refrag. And it'll be a decent, even exchange there in the second engagement. But because Cameraman went down earlier, MIBR retained the advantage. All the while, though, the plant's going down inside of Dining. No start reading, actually, as they have full site control, which means MIBR have to retake. And because of the refrags coming out, yes, MIBR have a man advantage, but now it's post-plant. FaZe, 2 people alive, 2 in reading, both near the diffuser. And 1 wins a fight. Astro with the heads-up win there. He gets a second, needs the third, as it's a 1 versus 1 now. M-King trying to retake into the site. Astro's going to go upstairs using the white staircase. He doesn't know where the diffuser is. M-King gets a little bit lost. Finally finds it, but it might be too late. If Astro has the position, he might be able to win this. But, oh, it's going to be close. It's a stick here, and it's going to be, oh, Astro with the 3-piece at the end to win it. So close. But he manages it just a second away, and it would have been MIBR taking that round.
The Maestro realizing he's got little time to go for it. That plan from FaZe Clan was just, you see an opportunity, you go for it. And even though they only had 2 players left versus the 3 of MIBR, they made the best of it. And the shots just hit so well. FaZe were able to do it. They go up 3-2, and at round 6, Reading room and fireplace will be brought out again as the usual rule of win the site, go to 2 others, or play, 2 other rounds of other sites.
Yep.
Is not in play at this time.
So that round was really close, much closer than the kitchen defenses, and it makes sense why MIBR would go here instead of the kitchen because, kitchen was rough. Whereas they could have easily won the reading site. The thing is, they didn't have enough presence on the actual site itself. They were trying to roam upstairs. FaZe expected that, and the reason FaZe expected that is because of how successful the top floor hold has been for MIBR and those top floor defenses. It all makes sense. It's really easy to track, and that's good logic and reasoning from FaZe. So using that, they were like, okay, let's just take into site. They came up white stairs, and they came in from the pillar's door on the east balcony. They went straight into reading. Yes, they did end up eating a lot of attrition on the entry, but because of Astro's efforts at the end, FaZe managed to win that round regardless. It was very close, though. I actually think that MKing might have been able to get that if he just... okay, straight up, MKing would have won that round had he checked for the diffuser where it actually was.
And just try to stick it. Right?
Yeah, but he checked the wrong corner first. And then he was 1 second off on the disable. That's so close. Rough for MIBR and MKing. But good job to Astro.
Yep, it was a good try of MIBR, but they had the man advantage. It was lost at the end, and kudos to FaZe for, as I said before, figuring out that they had an opening and then going for it. Novice takes a bit of damage early on as he engages against the window here in mining, and he's just going to calm down for a moment as Ion comes back around with another drone to confirm. Okay, it's out, it's clear, but where did Novice go? Should be around in train. And FaZe Clan can at least start to proceed to take control of the top floor and bar.
Mav clearing out the ADS there with the smoke. Smoke's not very relevant in the meta right now. Makes sense. Now, Astro's going to use his lifeline to take down that Evil Eye, thanks to Mav clearing out the ADS using the smokes. And Cameraman can also nade to try and get a kill into Cocktail. He'll be unsuccessful, but, it's the thought that counts. Now, this time attacking reading, FaZe are going for a much more standard take than what we saw from them in the last round. Instead of trying to come in from the balcony and from the white stairs, they're going to go for top 4 clear, which is, what you would expect to happen. And what MIBR probably don't expect to happen, but have adjusted, obviously, since it's been, we're 2 minutes into this round. MKing on top of this mini bar, doing his best to hold on to the push. He's going to get a lot of damage, but he won't get any kills. Astro will bob and weave and get that kill onto MKing. Only a minute, though, for FaZe. They have gained somewhat top 4 control, but Cyber's trying to make them work more for it as he rotates up, and Bullet is still up here. So Cocktail's still in control of MIBR, and they've got a setup for a refrag inside of Cocktail.
Oh, these are great X-Kairos that are being used up here. This forces Bullet back as well as Cyber to hold on to the top of the bar and white stairs. You can't have the cross angle anymore. Is there? Yes, there we go. Perfect from the Zofia, and they'll win out the gunfight. Astro might be low in HP, but he's still alive, but Cameraman is lost in the fray. Cyber is able to find him and fall back. And Hugzord is watching from below. Maybe you can find just one player here. There's so little time left. You need to go in. Hugzord fires in, but he gives off the information to his teammates. Novice finds 2 kills, and Mav with the refrag on Cyber, but Hugzord is still on site, and he's got support from Novice. Ion takes on Novice, and Hugzord, watching with the shotgun. Should have won it regardless, but here we are. We end the half at a clear 3-3.
Jeez.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a 3-3 for one reason and one reason only. FaZe have no idea how to attack the top floor. They just don't know how. Period. I mean, there's nothing else to really talk about. They're putting way too much effort into frivolous things in parts of the take that aren't actually influencing a whole lot. Like, for example, they cleared out the ADS to try and get the nade. And, it's cool teamwork, but it's unnecessary, and it took a lot of time, right? And then the other steps to clear out the top floor. I mean, they got top floor clear at about 30 seconds. Maybe 40 whatever. They took way too long to clear out roamers.
Yep.
And it's been the same thing when they were trying to attack the top floor itself. So the only reason it's 3-3 is because FaZe don't know how to attack the top floor. And MIBR are doing a good job of delaying upstairs, but nothing amazing. Like, I wouldn't sing their praises normally. I think just FaZe are struggling with the clear. So as we go into the second half, given that, I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to how MIBR now attack onto the top floor. But overall, I don't know. FaZe are looking pretty good right now. MIBR have just been winning off of FaZe's lack of success upstairs, I think. And this is what I've been seeing.
10 seconds to insertion.
So FaZe now, what's their trial? They're going to run with a similar lineup to what their opponents were playing on here. You have the Jaeger, you have the Mute, call it Maestro, and the Valkyrie. And because of the Thatcher ban, it makes a ton of sense to go for the Mute and Clyde combo. You can go for the Bandit as well. It really just depends on what you're looking for. But the Mute's pretty good regardless. He's actually going to be watching the top of red stairs below the hatch. He's got a jammer right under him as well to cover. And this is a classic Yuna play, if I've ever seen one. He's waiting for the information. Nitro Silka.
It's shot
Oh, bullet!
midair by the IQ pistol.
Ay, ay, ay.
At least, wait, no. IQ is downstairs. Who shot it then?
The IQ was on rappel, then dropped down.
Really? Okay. So he shot it on rappel? Damn, that's crazy.
Oh my god! But that was a quintessential Yuna play to kind of.
Yeah, he went for an aggro play. It didn't pay off. But, I mean, it's still taking a long time for MIBR to clear overall, so...
At least he's alive.
And that too. Like I said, still clear from MIBR, but better, more efficient than FaZe, that's for sure. They're going to have the piano wall open. Standard stuff here so far. With Thatcher Band, it's somewhat hard to do this, but because Bullet shot the Mute Jammer earlier on Rappel, wall is open. Astro is trying to trick the wall. Nade goes in to counter that. It'll be partially successful.
So
Could have been an Ash Charge, actually, to counter it. Whatever it was.
it's true, it was one that was used up.
I think that might have been using something different, though. Maybe like an Evil Eye. Second Kayid is on the wall, so it'll need to be dealt with from MIBR. And there you go, wall opened up, so it clearly has been dealt with, it seems. Or, no, that was the nade to get rid of the Electric Claw, and now the wall has been opened up. Okay. I was thinking for some reason there was a Hibana, and I heard the Hibana explosion, but there isn't. Nice angle being used here from Astro. Ooh, that's going to be deadly.
That still took quite a bit of time. We're 50 seconds left, and just now will the wall be worked on.
Yeah. But it is a top 4 defense, to be fair, and this is always one of the more rough ones to attack because of how much... Like, you've got all the defenders all stacked up here on these bottlenecks, waiting for the push to come. You're not getting any picks because you're not going to get picks on this site in all likelihood. It's really hard to manage.
Yep.
And, yeah, you've got the wall open up, but only 25 seconds to make this push happen.
Yeah, and FaZe are not really roaming in this case. They are just consolidating all of their manpower close to the site.
Smart.
Cyber is going to try to turn around, but there's one player in the bathroom. That's the Jaeger waiting for him. Should he enter a bit too quickly? Novi's, though, on the rappel. Not expected. 1 kill for 1, but it's Mav dropped down to the floor. Huxord will waste no time and go for the diffuser plant. M-King taking down Yuna. Novi's with 1 more, and Ion is the last alive versus 3. They run away through the smoke, and they just exited. Evac ASAP. He's being given information off of a Black Eye set up in the bar, but this is going to be a tough retake. They've all fallen back, and there you go. He saw the bottom of the feet there. It's going to be tough. He turns around, and Bullet will find the kill regardless. Big rise in the uses of G8 with that angle grip nowadays, as it was added to it recently. But MIBR, secure. Very, very cool round there.
Yeah, so remember when I said FaZe need to do something different on the top floor, like maybe an east or south rappel?
Yeah.
We saw an east rappel from MIBR. It's like they heard me. They're like, oh yeah, FaZe should do that? I guess we'll do that. They put one on east rappel. It was Navi's, and he got a 3-piece off of it because not one player from FaZe was looking towards the east rappel. That's good timing from Navi's. Congratulations to him. And off of his efforts, MIBR will take the lead Damn. That was great repel there.
Man, imagine this ends in a tie for FaZe. Or a loss.
Oh, man, dude, what is with LATAM at the end of this season?
What is Pro League right now?
Yeah, Pro League in general. The most confident region, like in terms of knowing where you're going to be, is North America. North America is the only region that actually has a locked-in team for LAN, right? Yeah, they're the only ones.
Only
Dark Zero.
Only ones that are locked in.
Giants hasn't managed to lock themselves in. NIP haven't managed to lock themselves in. Dark Zero are the only team who have done it, and it's looking a lot. I mean, well, FaZe aren't even. They're losing, man. I mean, MIBR is fighting for a whole heck of a lot too. Now, let's not forget they can still get out of relegation spot. It's possible. They're not as far gone as Elevate.
Definitely not. MIBR trying to salvage this season. And FaZe Clan are trying to salvage their spot for LAN. I mean, they lose today. This was supposed to be your 3 free points. Same goes for NIP in their game. Yet NIP were only able to grab 1 point. Regardless. So, FaZe Clan will attempt a similar style of defense. I wonder if this time they'll be able to deal with the last second repel that happened. Novi's just played it so well. Honestly, that flank was what won the round.
He played it well, and there was no one from FaZe paying attention. Ooh, that flash. Was that from below or from the skylight? I think skylight. Okay, it was skylight. Sometimes you can go into reading and then Ash Charge from below and then flash up into back bar storage, and that flash will catch everyone in freezer and storage.
Yes.
If you place it right.
It's such a big radius. You have to like place it really in the middle of the room.
And then it should get everybody pretty much. Now, you can also just throw from skylight if there's no ADSs. But anyway, so far, MIBR doing their standard take. They've cleared into piano. They've got control here. Didn't take them a whole lot of time compared to what we're seeing from FaZe. Again, more efficient attacks on the top floor, more confidence being shown. Tracks going out there towards Whitehall. Control of red stairs is solid. Good clear on the electronics here from the IQ. Bullet did a really good job last round on the top floor, and he's doing a really good job this round as well.
He's checking about, and there's drone set up. That's really to watch. Nobody coming out of storage / freezer, and that's a great line of sight. So many people forget that you can fire through that angle in Cigar.
You see that one a lot from both sides. You know, if you're inside back bar storage, you can spray it as a defender. If you're one of the attackers, you can hold it, and it's become a really popular one in Pro League. Huxor looking to open up the wall. He's got one more exothermic charge. Oh, run out here. Oh! And it'll not work great for Ion. M-King shuts him down. That is a huge blunder from Ion. And now FaZe find themselves a man down.
Oh, this is huge. MIBR now have so much space to come around, and Cyber is coming up to fight. Hugzord has gotten one more on the cameraman. Novi's is locking things down. He fires in and so close to finding the kill. Hugzord actually goes completely off of trying to find the hole in the wall and destroy it. But MIBR coming in. They find Astro, take down the Cotton, and the last alive versus an onslaught of MIBR players. Mav and FaZe Clan get absolutely raffle stomped.
Raffle stomped. Haven't heard that one in a long time, but yeah, it's appropriate. That's, wow. So, okay, FaZe don't know how to attack the top floor, so we ended the first half in 3-3. You know what MIBR knows how to do that FaZe doesn't know how to do?
Attack the top floor.
Yeah. That's 2 in a row upstairs for MIBR. I mean, it's really that simple. The way that the MIBR have been playing here, they're actually, you know, putting up crossfires on the top floor, and that is a requirement. Like, you can brute force your way across the main bar and try to challenge Cocktail directly, and through even the white hallway. You can do that as an attacking team, but you put yourself at the mercy of the defenders when you do that, because you're entering into bottleneck after bottleneck, no matter how hard you try to make that not be the case. You can use things like nades and flashes and smokes to mitigate that, but FaZe didn't. FaZe didn't in their first half. And now in the second half, MIBR are using the crossfire strategy. They're using the repels really well. They're using roam clear from below to their advantage, and they're getting picks because they're forcing FaZe into all the wrong angles. Like, if you take a second to go back into that round and rewatch it, what you'll notice is FaZe are always trying to challenge the wrong angle And the reason that's happening is because of how many angles MIBR are challenging at the same time,
Seconds remaining.
which opens up MIBR for all those free kills that you just saw. Like, almost every single one of those kills was free for MIBR because FaZe were challenging the wrong angles at the wrong time.
FaZe only play in way of adapting in the round was the run out with the Maestro. And that did not go well at all.
Yeah, that's how they tried to fix it.
Yeah. We have a bit of news that just came out.
Let's hear it.
Redeemer joins Rogue as their coach.
Redeem the dream on the coach?
Yeah, dude, that's pretty sweet. Of course, he'll be working with Reaper.
Oh.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's a triple for Cameraman on the red stairs. Going big for his team. And a fourth! Cameraman looking for the ace, and he gets it! What an ace! All from the same spot. MIBR just flustered on this position, and Cameraman prepared.
That was Redeemer blessing us with a round.
Cameraman
You mentioned his name.
and Cameraman comes alive.
Yep. That was beautiful. But again, what did Cameraman do? He gave himself the perfect angle to fight.
Yeah, no, he was challenging it. See, here's the thing. When you got a 3-speed moving diagonally on a staircase, it can be hard to get that fight in your favor as an attacker. Or anybody challenging the 3-speed. Big win there for Cameraman. So, FaZe have learned they like kitchen. Look at that. They're really comfortable in the kitchen defense. I'm just kidding. We didn't get to see what FaZe's kitchen is like. And that's actually an advantage for FaZe because they can now go there later and MIBR will be dealing with something totally different. The thing that allowed Cameraman to get that ace there was that MIBR all rushed into the building at the same spot.
It's true.
Yeah, so mistakes from MIBR.
I'm not sure where their drone play was. It was like, what happened? Like, you were doing everything so well, and you just forgot about the thing that you were doing so excellently in the past few rounds? MIBR, come on, man. Come back to life. Bring in your best Evanescence impression. So, FaZe Clan will go downstairs. Again, at this time, they'll be playing in reading and in dining. Bring the dock. Excited to see how Astro gets to play in this one. Mav on the Valkyrie, which means he means business. MIBR bringing the Ash for the entry, and M-King has been doing a decent chunk of work. This is the thing when you bring the Gridlock, is that more often than not, you won't be seeing the Gridlock get kills, and you can't really quantify the effect that she has on the round, because oftentimes she's just blocking people from moving, or slowing them down, like, massively.
Or giving away positions because you have to clear out the tracks. I mean, there's a lot of layers to it.
Exactly. It's something you can't quantify, so you can't really understand the effect that he has on every round. But seeing what he's done so far, pretty great. That's a good bulletproof camera there. It watches all the way down in a dining, and we've seen quite a few assaults come down to the last 20 seconds where you're trying to move in from the train museum into dining and try to plant through there. That is going to save your day.
So MIBR tasked with clearing out the top floor, but they've injected Cyber downstairs, and he's being droned all the way into site. There's actually nobody holding it. So it's likely that the A bomb site is opened up on the back end so that they can hold it from white stairs. Which means that Cyber's just going to wait. He's not going to rush himself. He's waiting for his teammates to support him from above, so he has a better chance of being successful in the site take. Yeah,
that bulletproof camera is there for that exact reason.
Yeah, it can see the site.
There you go. Perfect.
That's good information to have. Ooh, Mute Jammer here is going to slow down Hugzord. It doesn't really matter, though. If he opens up that angle, he has to take heads-up fights, and it's going to be a really difficult fight to take, for sure. Flash wasted there. He didn't need to use the second, but the nade is used to clear out. Oh, he missed the nade. Ooh. The Mute Jammer persists.
Yeah, it hit right on the... Oh, he couldn't bounce it, but Bullet was still find a kill on the Jaeger. So that was the player playing at the top of white. Now there's Yuna still in here, and he also has Astro in support. It's a lot of dedication, and they even bring back the smoke in the Jaeger's position. You can fight players that are in dining from the top floor, but you got to be careful here, FaZe Clan. You don't want to push yourself too much on those white stairs because the Ash can come in at any moment and capitalize.
Cyber's in a great spot. He could get an easy two-piece. Oh, he sees the duck and gets it late, but there's the second. He misses the second onto Ion. There's a lot of damage, but M King and Navi's are there. It's all Ion who gets his second as he retakes in the top floor. A downed M King will allow for a third kill, but meanwhile, the plant's going down by Hugzord inside of Reading, and it's being covered by Navi's. After the plant's down, it's post for Ion. This is going to be a difficult retake for him. It's big if he can take this, and it will be an ace. Unless, of course, MIBR messed this up tremendously. Now, this reminder is for the 3 points that FaZe want out of this match. If Ion can't clutch it, then MIBR deny 3, and there it is! Navi gets the final kill. MIBR guarantee themselves, at minimum, a tie, and FaZe Clan cannot get 3 points out of this match.
Welcome to Brazil, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We saw the same thing in Europe. Our tally so far.
Oh, boy.
Liquid win. They get 3 points. NIP, Taya INTZ. Team 1 barely inch a victory against Elevate. And now FaZe Clan. Potentially can get 1 point, but might lose the game outright.
This has been one of the most interesting wind downs to a season, one of the interesting conclusions to a season. We're not there yet. You know, this is the third.
Two more play days left for every region.
Right. But the way it's going, at the pace we're at, this is one of the more interesting we've had, and we're getting a lot of, like, usually at this point, it would be determined.
Yeah, there would be at least the top team from every region is already done.
Yeah, and from North America, that is true. Dark Zero have locked their spot in. They had a very impressive 9 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss through their season, they have 29 points. They could still get more.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But that's an impressive season. Usually, though, it will be for every region that you would have 1 team.
Correct.
And even in some cases, 2 teams locked in at this point. So the fact that this indecision is, well, not indecision, the fact that these teams cannot break free of each other really is telling of how far Rainbow Six Pro League has come.
It's close, no matter what.
Yep.
These teams are fighting for all the marbles, and it's not over yet. So it's crazy.
It really is. It has been an absolutely bonkers match and a bonkers day for Latin America. That European play day was crazy. I mean, we've got another one coming up later.
And one thing I want to add this. Yes, we have the match for EU. That's Playday 13. That's on Friday.
We also have an NA play day, right? Or is that the one that happened already today?
That's this night.
That's tonight. So
but that's
NA
Playday
happens tonight.
13, and then this Playday 14 on Monday night, the last one for NA. So Monday we have EU and NA last 2 playdays, and next Wednesday is the last LATAM playday.
Yeah. So
And
next week is those the last ones.
Yes, the last 3 playdays, and the weekend. So not this weekend, the one after. Also the APAC finals to have 2 teams from APAC. Norengo and Fnatic are qualified for that as well. So make sure you watch, because all week next week, we're also going to have a ton of matches.
We've got all these different storylines, all these different threads of life and hopes and dreams for all these teams to qualify for the Japanese land, which I think we can all agree, in terms of Pro League finals, the Japanese Pro League final has thus far proven itself to be the most sought after ever. Not only in terms of the competition being higher than it ever has been, but also in terms of, let's be honest, most people just want to go to Japan. I mean, which is pretty, yeah, it's a real driving force.
We definitely want to. So.
I've actually talked to a couple pros who are like, yeah, we really want to go to Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I have a list of so many places that I had to give to the embassy anyways, but there's a list of 1 billion places I want to go to, and it's like,
so it's a big deal for all of these teams. MIBR doing their best here to, I guess, deny FaZe the option because
they want to save themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do. That's true. They want to get out of relegation, so that's what they're fighting for. Meanwhile, FaZe, I mean, they can get 1 point out of this if they fight really hard, but the way it's looking, I think MIBR have got this on lock. By the way, as of today, it seems that Elevate are guaranteed relegated based on their based on the results today. Yep.
Yeah, because they lost, they can only get a maximum of 6 points.
Yeah, so guaranteed relegation for Elevate. That's worth noting. But here we come to the near conclusion of this match. Only 35 seconds left for FaZe to hold out against MIBR's onslaught.
Mav with a shotgun up close and personal from the bathroom by the hallway. He'll go back to the WC. Novi's will walk on up here in the buck, and Great play from MIBR to recognize, okay, we have an...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh. That's as bad as it gets.
Oy, oy, oy. Smoke's going to be thrown out. 13 seconds left. Double smoke as well to make sure you hold on to it. Mav will get the kill on Bullet. Going in with the shotty. Mav will find one on the Cyber. And they're just trying to hold on with even more. Hugs are taking a lot of damage from below. And Yuna rushes up to save the day. Diffuser's not going to be set as M-King is last alive. And FaZe Clan recover. We go the distance.
Final round. And we expected all matches to go to the final round today, and all but one have. That first one, of course. But
good God.
wow, this is a close one. And FaZe do not want to let go of that 1 point. And it's similar to Ninjas of Pajamas situation, 1 point for FaZe would be very big. 3 points would be really just amazing. But 1 point is better than nothing right now, and obviously that's the case always, but in this case it is incredibly relevant that FaZe managed to squeeze at least one out of this.
Yeah, every point will matter. Reminder, FaZe Clan is at 23, and if they get one more, they'll be at 24, which means that no matter what, they would, at minimum, tie Liquid should Liquid win the next game.
See, that's the big thing, is Liquid is at 21, which means that if they win, they get 24, so yeah, as FaZe, if you don't win here, if Liquid win in the next play day, then you're in a bad spot.
What's the big deal in the aggregate, though? Liquid lead 12-9 because, remember, they demolished FaZe on Banks.
That's right. Liquid has the tiebreak. So even if FaZe get this 1 point, I mean, oh man, this is getting so close.
The math right now, we just look like crazy math teachers in class that are like drawing things all over the place.
It's hard to really put it all together, and I think I'm gonna do an effort when I get home. I'm gonna try and put something.
I tried to do that for EU.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. See if I can, because and I'll try to do it for like all of them, honestly, because the storylines we've got right now that could the potential outcomes to all the different regions are just crazy. But we'll see if. We'll see if FaZe can get 1 point out of this. If they do, it's really good for them.
I know we've been talking about those scorelines quite a bit, and we will continue to do so. There's a reason why. It literally is the most important thing
to talk about.
And to worry about right now for all of the pro teams right now in comp play.
So this is a kitchen defense here for FaZe, and they actually have yet to lose this. So this is a happy place for them. Given that they are in their happy place, we're looking down the barrel of a draw. The way that FaZe managed to win the kitchen last time, though, and this is very important, cameraman got an ace because MIBR tried to rush. So we don't actually know anything about kitchen defense or FaZe. Not really.
If this game turns in a tie, MIBR will be looking back at that round and saying, like, good God, what did we do?
Oof, yeah. MIBR need these points, of course. If they do win, it'll get them 3, and of course that'll put them at 10 points total. Now the team ahead of them is INTZ, INTZ, but INTZ has some hot competition at the end of the season, some really tough battles to fight, which means that there's a high likelihood they might just stay at 13 points, which means there's a likelihood that MIBR can overtake them and get out of relegations. So this win here would be just as big for MIBR as a draw would be for FaZe. So this round, these last 1 minute and 30 seconds, so very important. The stakes could not be higher for either of these two teams.
M-King coming around the side here and red stairs and checking for the Jaeger that did a lot of work against them before. Mav hits it. There's the Nitro. And Novi's so busy with his buck. It's taken off.
Lead off kill for FaZe, and that bodes well for them. MIBR not in a comfortable spot now. And of course, that percentage of winning after getting the initial kill being so high and so relevant in matches like this, especially considering FaZe still have control of Bakery.
Now Ion watching in the fan, and there's nobody coming in. Nobody on the boost as well behind it. It's M-King, Hugsword, and Bullet on the AQ. They fight, and Bullet wins out against Mav. The Valkyrie might have already done her work, but it's not going to matter now. Look at that boost. So difficult to hit the head. And Ion might go for a quick heal up. No, he hits it! 1 kill and the second before he goes down. But cameraman gets one more on the Cyber. All up to Hugsword. 3v1, and he's the Thermite. Gomine's in front. FaZe Clan do it. They tie it 6-6 for a point at the end of the day. But my God, that got so close.
Really big draw there for FaZe and a heart-crushing moment for MIBR. But overall, the Latin American standings, once again, the word I'm going to use is gridlock. Because that's what it is.